I'm going to show you exactly how to program a 4-day upper lower split for maximum strength and muscle growth, all explained step by step. Now, this is what the split looks like. You got upper, lower, rest, upper, lower, rest, rest. And there's 3 rest days with this workout split, which allows you to recover and allows you to get stronger quicker. So there are 2 different upper workouts and 2 different lower workouts. Let's say upper A is more chest focused, we do more chest variations. Then upper B is more back focused, then we do chest, shoulders, arms after. And then lower A and lower B are always going to be a quad dominant and a hamstring dominant. Lower A is quads, lower B is hamstrings. Now, for this only really applies to the upper workouts, but you want to decide what exercises you do based on your weak points. So for me, my weak point is chest, so I always start with chest first. But let's say you've got your weak points are back and then arms. Upper A, you'd start with back, and then upper B, you'd start with arms. So you're equally spreading your energy at the start of the workouts. So yeah, place your weak points first on upper A and lower B. Don't do it with lower A and lower B because there's less stuff to it, obviously. We're equally dividing our energy with quads and hamstrings. So this is what the split looks like. This is upper A. So, as you can see, these are our movements. And you may be wondering, why is there so many options? So you're going to choose one singular choice for these exercises, okay? Now, I do a incline Smith machine press for the incline press movement. But if you don't have access to a Smith machine, or you don't enjoy using a Smith machine, you can use dumbbell, you can use barbell. It targets the same muscle, it's just slightly different uh, in regards to like stability, and the movement may just feel a little bit different. But pick one of these 4 options for each of these movements, and you've got yourself a solid upper A workout. Now, I'm going to get you guys to take a screenshot here. Screenshot this. Gotta make sure to show the jawline for a screenshot. But yeah, this is upper B, and we have got slightly different movements. And this might be like if you have 2 weak points, you might start this workout. Let's say your arms are your weak point. Start with arms. I'm just giving you the movements, okay? Do not copy exactly this order unless you have the exact same weak points as me. So if your weak point is arms, in particular biceps, start with preacher curl, then biceps, and the triceps, okay? I'm giving you the exercises, but you have to decide which order you do it in according to your weak points. But yeah, that's upper B. Take a screenshot. Good, good. Alright, let's move on to the lower workouts. So lower A works looks like this. Slightly less movements, but we've got leg extensions first, squat variation, leg press, hamstring curl, hip hinge, adductors, calf raises, and then abs. Now, this is our quad dominant workout. As you can see, 3 quad movements back to back, and do not move about leg extension. Always do leg extension first. That's going to fire up your quads and it's going to make all your other quad pressing movements feel a lot better. But like I said, choose one of these options. I would see for squats, if you can, use a squatting machine, like a Smith machine or hack squat. But if you don't have access to that, barbell back squat will do just fine, okay? It's not like any of these are better than the other, it's just preference, okay? But yeah, you guys get to decide which movements you want to do. Like I said, pick one movement from each of these columns. Now, take another screenshot right here. Perfect. Now this is lower B. This is going to be our more hamstring dominant, hamstring focused one. But you may be wondering why start with quads if you're focused on hamstrings. Now, if you're starting out, your legs are probably not going to be at the level of development you want just yet. And I believe starting out, everybody should focus working their quads first, building up their quads, and then their hamstrings after. It's easier to bring up your hamstrings once you actually have quads. It's not like your quads are going to look like stupidly overdeveloped compared to your hamstrings because you're doing them first. Okay? This is just preference. If you would prefer to do hamstrings first and then do squats and leg extensions, perfectly fine. Like I said, it's up to you. I'm giving you the movements, you decide which order you want to do it in. Okay? But yeah, this is our more hamstring dominant one because we've got our heavy hinge or stiff leg deadlifts. This is a great movement for hamstrings. Uh, then hamstring curls, then the same as lower A. But yeah, you know the drill. I'm gonna pause. Perfect. Now, this is the rep and set ranges. Now, we want to be doing between 5 to 10 reps for our working sets. And by working sets, I mean the sets we take till failure. Now, we also want to do 1 to 2 sets max per exercise, not including the warm-ups. Warm-ups do not count as real sets. But yeah, like I said, every working set is taken till failure, meaning you can't do any more reps. Uh, but yeah, with our failure training, we want to fill within the given rep range, no more, no less. This is the ideal rep range. We want to not be able to produce any more force with. But yeah, you want to be doing 4 to 8 working sets per muscle group every single week. So uh, this is where you also get the choice of what amount of sets to do for what exercises. It's something I would experiment with because everybody has different levels of volume they can tolerate before they get too tired and they can't grow. Uh, so as you can see here, we have 3 chest movements on upper A. Upper B, we have 2 chest movements. So if you were to do 2 sets for everything, you'd be exceeding the 8 set limit per week, and you're going to really struggle to recover from it to get stronger. So I would evenly divide doing 1 or 2 sets. For example, I would do 2 sets of an incline press, 1 set of a dip variation, and I'd probably do 1 set for an upper chest fly. Whereas here, I would probably do 2 sets of a flat chest press and then 1 set of a chest fly. You see what I mean? You evenly divide the sets so that you are within the 4 to 8 range per week. Now, this is very important. You must always warm up for every single exercise. 1 to 4 warm-up sets using lighter weights and gradually increasing. Now, you would want to do more warm-up sets for heavy lifts like squats or leg press or even a heavy chest movement. But if you're doing an isolation movement like a chest fly or a tricep extension, you'd want to do less sets because it's not as demanding as your super heavy movements. But the goal is simply to prepare the muscle and joints and not fatigue them. And by that, I mean we just want to warm up our body so that we can produce the most amount of effort for our working sets without risking ourselves of injury. If you go straight into a working set with no warm up, you're really putting yourself at risk of injuring yourself because your muscles aren't warmed up. So with our warm ups, we just want to get blood flow. We don't want to tire them out by doing too many warm up sets, and that's warm ups. But we are now going on to the rest times. So for heavy sets, you want to rest at least 2.5 minutes. Okay, and I really want to highlight this. Do not use a stopwatch. Do not time your rest. What this is going to do is this is going to distract you, and it's sort of going to put you on edge for like, oh, I've got to do my set like in like 10 seconds, I gotta get ready. Then you start like panicking a bit, okay? Do not time your sets. Just know that, like, literally just look at your phone, okay? Look at the time. If it says, for me, right now, 12:30, okay? 12, sorry, it says 12:40. Just go in 2 minutes. Just go at 12:42, 12:43, okay? Do not stress yourself with timing stuff. But yeah, with isolation work, you don't need as much rest. Like I said, chest fly or tricep extension, you don't need as much rest because it's not as demanding. Whereas squats or deadlifts will require more wet. Sorry, they will require more rest because they are more demanding. It's taking more out of your system and it'll take longer to recover from. So yeah, never use a stopwatch. Okay. Now, progressive overload. This is a concept. This is what makes you actually grow. And we are basically making this entire split revolving around progressive overload. Now, what progressive overload essentially is gradually getting stronger session by session, either by adding more weight or more reps. Now, if you hit 10 reps, like I said, that's the maximum amount of reps you want to do. Add weight next session. If you go for 11 reps or 12 reps with the same weight, you can go heavier. Okay? Don't underestimate your strength. If you hit 10 reps, add very gradual weight, like add 1 kilo, 1.25 kilo, 2.5 kilo. Those are like sort of increments that you'd go up in. But very gradually go up, and this is basically how we grow our muscles. And yeah, progressive overload is the cycle foundation for long-term muscle growth. Okay, so every session we want to be getting stronger, either by adding more weight or more reps. That's going to be a main focus in our sessions. We want to visualize ourselves hitting X amount of weight for X amount of reps. The next session, visualize even further and getting more reps, more weight. Now, the most important part of all of this is how hard you train. Okay, I need to make this clear. The split you do will not matter if you do not train hard. You can have the perfect plan, the perfect exercise selection, the perfect rep ranges, but if you go into the gym and don't push yourself, it is worthless. Okay, everyone has their own definition of training hard, but deep down, you will know if you've truly given everything or not. Now, they go simple every single session, give it 100 every single time, okay? That means by adding more weight, more reps, improving your form every single session, okay? And yes, you can get stronger every single session if you're sleeping well, eating well enough, and staying consistent enough. Uh, but the truth is, whether you progress or not comes down to one thing, and that's how bad you want it, okay? If you really want to get big, you'll get big. It's determined by how hard you train, how much effort you put in, how consistent you stay with your training, how consistent you stay with your diet, and ultimately, how bad do you want to achieve your goal of having your dream physique. Training intensity matters way more than any split ever. Okay? I just want you to know this. You can have the split. If you do not train hard, you will not grow anywhere near as much as someone who trains hard. So your gains is ultimately decided by how badly you want it. Okay. If you do not go all in during your sets, you will not grow. So train hard, stay consistent, and the gains will follow. Okay. Now I want to go back to the split. Um, yeah, so I want to highlight the importance. So progressive overload, it can be a bit confusing if you don't remember what weight you hit last session. So that's why I would note everything down. Every single set you do, the amount of reps you got, the amount of weight you got, and I'll tell you how I note my stuff down. So I have my notes app, and like don't have it in a table like this. It can be quite confusing. So if you go into your notes app on your phone, uh, what I do, I don't know if you can see very well, but essentially I have the workout up here. Oh, you cannot see that whatsoever. But basically, I have upper A, and then I have incline Smith machine bench, which is my movement, and then I have 28.75 kilo each side times 6, and then for my second set, I got times 8. Okay? So that is sort of the format you want. It's a lot easier on notes But as you can see with mine, you cannot see that actually. But yeah, I have a really long list because it's like months worth of progress, and it's actually really cool to look over, like because you see the weights just gradually go up, and you're like, "Oh damn, I'm getting strong," and it's good to look at. It's good to reflect on. But that is how to program a upper lower split. If you have any questions, shoot me a DM on Instagram. If you don't know if you don't know like a lat pullover or some movements you're not as familiar with, feel free to shoot me a message. I'll tell you how to execute. I'll send you a demo video. Uh, I find them to be very helpful. And yeah, that's everything. If you have any questions, DM me on Instagram. I'll help you out. I want to make sure you guys have the best possible so that you have the most opportunity to grow. So main things, you want to stay consistent, you want to train hard, and you want to get stronger. If you do these three things, I promise you, you will grow faster than anything you've ever expected, okay? So thank you guys for watching. Peace.